Morning, Bushka. I got off work early, which is a rare thing for me. So I decided to take a special trip over to Capitol Hill. You know, the top of the hill along Broadway near Seattle. I wanted to show you this is or was the ground zero of the CHOP protests. So this right here across the street, and the main focal point for all the protesters involved in that was to shut down this building here, which was one of the Seattle police precincts. Hold on, a bus is going by. I wanted you to get a good look. I know this is at night, but I wanted you to kind of have a look. All of the cop building here is all gated and shut down completely, as you can see. I'm going to take you around the block because they also occupied an area you used to go with me when you were little. When you were really, really little, your dad would take you here at times too. Because when you were a baby, we lived over here. And this is also near where my old job was, almost right next door. I know it's not the prettiest picture, and it's not the picture that you remember, but I wanted to give you a closer look. Now, CHOP stands for Capitol Hill Occupied Protest. And I find it ironic because I showed you Rachel the pig. Well, we got a pig down by the waterfront, and we got a CHOP up here. I have mixed feelings about it. From a working class point of view, it got out of hand. And that's just my opinion. Marxists like Lenin termed that kind of protesting as adventurism. So people who are Antifa, who want to cause chaos, they feel that if they light something up or cause something tragic, it will cause a revolution. And really it doesn't. It ends up blowing up in everybody's faces. And unfortunately, and it's true, they didn't talk about it, I think, enough in the news. But many young black people got injured and killed during all of this. In the mornings, you had protesters that came around who were well organized, and they had direction. But then later on, you would get what's termed as the radical left coming in, and it just got carried away too much. And it's too bad. This is also near Cal Anderson Park, and I'm going to take you a tour on it. You used to walk through here when you were a little girl, run in the grass and play around. I'm going to show you. Ironically, my roommate works near here, and he said when the protests were happening, him and his co-workers, they felt scared a lot, and, you know, worried about damage being done to their cars or to themselves. Now here's a small sports field. You probably don't remember, but I remember you coming through the gates here sometimes and running through it. And this is also near Seattle Central Community College. I have acquaintances who work there as teachers that I've known for quite a while now. Wonderful people. Absolutely fantastic. And it's also near the Egyptian theater, the old Egyptian theater. And I took you to see when they added the lost footage of the Beatles movie, The Yellow Submarine. I took you to see that movie, remember? It's a nice little theater. And as you know, this is also one of the most multicultural areas, and it's also the gay community here as well for many, 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 many years. As you can see, the rainbow. There's rainbows everywhere here now. But apparently, most of the buildings got really smashed up. And that's sad. Especially for people who pay rent in this area, because it is more than doubled since about 2008. And then the small shop owners and the workers who have to commute, you know? But I'm going to show you something you're going to get a kick out of. I think I sent you a photo of it around Christmas time. A little ray of hope. It's a statue of a man who went to school in an area nearby in the Central District. This is an art store. It had just opened before you moved to the East Coast. And it's nice. It's nice to come up here. And it's also affiliated with a college. Now, the statue of this man, he went to high school nearby at Garfield. Jimi Hendrix. Isn't that awesome? Now, one of my friends who actually babysat you when you were little, we'll call her Lydia. Do you remember? She had a sister, but I don't think you met her sister. They were roommates of mine. They were all into Hendrix, and they taught me so much when I first moved up here. Because even though they lived in Tukwila, they were able to go to school in Seattle. And Lydia, when we were young and became roommates, we first met in the college dorms. And then we also met, we'll call her Misaya. She became a singer in Japan. We met her in the dorms. And then Lydia's sister, we're gonna call her Janelle. We all moved together in the Central District. And then the three young women, while I was going to art school over by the waterfront, they were going to school here, the three, at Seattle Central Community College. Now Lydia, she became student body vice president that year, and then she became the founder of the Black Women Support Group here too at the college. And at that time, this college was the #1 community college in the United States. It was top dog. Now, she used to joke around because she said that she got most of the votes from the immigrant students because the two sisters, their father, traced their heritage because he was a member of the Rainbow Coalition back in the day. They traced their heritage on his side of the family, the genealogy, to South Africa, to Zulu Heritage, and then changed their name. So all the students thought that was hella cool. So, wonderful thing. And it's an absolutely true story. I'm going to show you the Egyptian theater here. Tiny, tiny brick building. But it's across the street here. A wonderful place to go. You get that old-timey sense of going into a theater when you come here. And they do a lot of wonderful art films. I used to love coming here, and I still do. And hopefully it'll open up again. See that? Interesting, isn't that? Yeah, hopefully it'll open up again. We'll wait and see how things go. So we're gonna get back on the main street here. I know you probably remember that a lot of famous artists grew up and went to school in this area. And you can find hints and traces either in their artwork or their music. You know, Sir Mix-a-Lot, he grew up nearby, closer to the Central District. He grew up on Yesler Avenue. And he actually wrote a song about Broadway, which is the main drag here of Capitol Hill. So here we go. Amazing. And then you also have Kenny G. You have people like Philip Wu, who married my old college roommate from Japan. I've heard through the grapevine that unfortunately the marriage did not last. But it was romantic for its time, and they had a beautiful son. You met both of them when you were little. They came to our house, and I made a meatloaf dinner, and he loved it. Philip, Messiah loved it too. But Philip Wu loved it. He said it was one of the best home-cooked meals he had ever had. So I hope you're enjoying this view of the college, because we used to walk down here all the time commuting, especially then when we would head south to the suburbs, when I'd pick you up from the babysitter and other things. And they still have it to this day. But the original Gay Pride Parade was on this street. And it would end up in Volunteer Park, where Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee are buried. Here comes a bus. So I wanted to show you the image of the area of CHOP. That way you can see it for real. Because I think seeing it up for real and up close is a little bit better than what you might see in the media. People say it's getting a little bit better now. We'll wait and see. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go home. It's cold. It's a little bit of snow still on the ground. But the sun is gonna come out and it's gonna get warm and melt it away. It's probably snowing where you are. It snows all the time there where you live in your part of the East Coast. So stay warm and take care. And remember, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.